So you're now listening to the Olympus with a maximum boost from the powered microphone and the internal preamp set to 0. We are going to test the preamps on my two mirrorless cameras today. Have you ever listened to the audio from your cameras through a set of headphones and you hear this hissing almost like a cat? The way I understand it, the preamp on your camera is just an internal little amplifier that amplifies the sound coming in through the camera. On these older mirrorless cameras, those preamps are not that good of a quality. All electronics have this own noise to it, but modern electronics are more protected from the EM static in it. That means that modern preamps are a lot better and you have a lot less of this static in them. Let's try to listen to some of this static. And most tips out there that I've seen where you can handle this, they talk about lowering the volume of your preamp as much as possible. Imagine if you have like a sound floor, because all preamps have that, and then you have the recording that you're trying to do. Now if you lower that recording without doing anything else, what you're actually doing is that you're squishing the sound, meaning that the noise and the sound that you want to record are becoming closer together. So when you raise that volume again in post, you actually get more preamp static. Now this is if you're using a mic that doesn't have its own amplifier. So I have a Røde mic here that we're going to try to show you that on. And now we are on the Olympus OM-D E-M1 Mark II on the internal microphone, and I've set the preamp manually. So we're now listening to the Canon EOS M internal microphone, and I've set the preamp manually here as well. And we're now listening to the audio from the Røde video micro, so an unpowered microphone going in to the camera directly, and I've set the preamp manually. I've now set the preamp manually on the Canon EOS M2 where I'm happy with it, and you're listening to the audio through the Røde video micro, and it's an unpowered microphone. Alright, so you're now listening to the Olympus with a maximum boost from the powered microphone and the internal preamp set to 0. We are now on the Canon EOS M, and you're listening to the audio from my lav mic going through the Røde Wireless Go boosted to maximum, and the internal preamp is set to 1. If you set it to 0, then it cuts completely, so it has to stay at 1 on this camera. And lastly, this is the setting that some people are suggesting that you do. We're now on an unpowered microphone, the Røde video micro, and I've turned the preamp on the Canon EOS M all the way down, or it's down with 1 above, so it actually records. And I'm guessing that we'll hear quite a lot. This will probably be the worst setting. Okay, so that are all the tests done. Now I need to go and review the results, and let's see how this goes. So if you have any questions, please post them in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys.